Chapter 1. The thick black clouds in the night sky were a clear sign that rain could fall at any moment. A boy and a girl stood on the roadside, waiting for their Uber. Neither spoke. The street buzzed with noise, but an atmosphere of silence enveloped the two of them. Every passerby paused, if only for a moment, upon seeing the boy. It wasn't because his small frame, smooth skin, and sweet face instantly revealed him to be an Omega. It was the bloodstains on the lower back of his shirt and on his sky-blue pants. Some people even stopped to ask if they needed help, but both politely refused, saying there was nothing to worry about and that they were okay. A few minutes later, their Uber arrived. The boy tried to get into the taxi, but the girl held his hand. "Rain, are you sure?" she asked, her voice laced with worry, her face etched with sadness, and guilt in her eyes. "You know there'll be no turning back if you do as you say. We still have time, you know." Rain cupped her face in his hands, his eyes teary. "I'm not sure, Ple. I'm so afraid, but this is what I want to do. I don't know if I'll regret it in the future, but I want to do this. Please don't stop me." Ple pulled Rain into a tight hug before handing him a small bag full of money. Rain tried to refuse it, but she stopped him, her eyes pleading. "Please, I'm the sole reason for your current situation. I know it's not much, but it's all I've got. Please take it, you need it." Rain tried to comfort her. "No, don't say that. What happened is also my fault. I can't deny it, nor do I regret it, so please don't blame yourself. It's not your fault." They cried in each other's arms until Rain got into the taxi and waved goodbye to Ple. The taxi driver looked at the boy and asked worriedly, "Kid, are you injured? Do we need to go to the hospital first? Did anyone harm you? We can go to the police station, they can help you." "I'm okay, uncle, please don't worry. Just take me to the address," Rain replied with a bright smile that didn't quite reach his eyes. The driver, understanding from his long experience that the boy didn't want to be disturbed, nodded his head and started driving. After some time, it began to rain heavily. Rain rested his head on the window, beginning to wonder why he had reached this situation today and what had caused it all. About 3.5 months ago. Rain is a 16-year-old Omega, still in high school. He had a very happy family with his parents and his twin Omega sister, Na-FN, meaning raindrop in English. But 3 years ago, they discovered his sister had cancer, and she was in its final stages. From that moment, their lives changed. His parents were constantly busy with work and taking care of his sister. As they belonged to a middle-class family, dealing with his sister's medical bills became harder and harder each day. Rain himself wanted to get a part-time job to help them, but since his parents were mostly out of the house for their jobs, he was the only one who could take care of his sister. As twins, they were always together. However, in 3 years, everything had changed. He had grown distant from his parents. As he was the one watching his sister's condition worsen day by day, the fear of losing her someday made his own mental state deteriorate. Now, at 16, Rain sat in front of the doctor, trying his best to process the information the doctor was relaying. Since his parents weren't there, the doctor had to give him the reports and inform him. "Doctor, Rain, I know it's really hard for you, but you need to know. I'm sorry." He didn't say anything, just looked at the doctor, nodded his head, and left the room. The hallway from the doctor's room to his sister's cabin was very familiar to him, but right now, it felt like a silent place. He could see people around him but couldn't hear them. He didn't know how, but he was now sitting in front of his sister. Even his sister had changed. As if death were very near, anyone could notice the physical changes in her. Her thick, black, long hair, which she used to be so proud of, was gone. Once a chubby girl, she was now only skin and bones, experiencing changes in breathing, loss of bladder and bowel control, and unconsciousness. The girl who loved to eat couldn't even eat properly once a day. It became very difficult for Rain watching her go through these physical changes. He looked at his sister, who was busy watching a web series in her own world. "Rain, you know, don't you? Na-FN, without looking at him, what? Rain, without emotion, is this a joke to you? Na-FN, without looking away from her phone, if you're talking about the reports in your head, yes, I've known for a long time, and we all know the end result, if I'm not wrong. Rain, are you blind? Can't you see? Can you feel us? What is wrong with you? Na-FN turned off her phone and took a deep breath. What is wrong with me? Me. What is wrong with all of you? You're all trying your best to fix something that's bound to break. In that process, you're all breaking yourselves. Rain, we just want to lessen your pain and suffering. What is wrong with that? And you're behaving like shit. Not talking to us, ignoring us. You don't even look at me. I'm your twin. We were together even before we were born. What do you think it feels like, losing you? Na-FN, at this point, both had tears in their eyes, and she was breathing heavily, a harsh, ragged sound that filled the sterile room. Despite the visible effort it took, a stubborn, almost defiant glint appeared in her eyes. What lesson? You all give me more pain. I don't remember the last time we were all together in one place. When was the last time any of you spent time with anyone other than me? When was the last time any of you genuinely smiled? Na-FN, I can see. I understand. All of you are suffering because of me. Do you think I don't know Dad had to sell our house because of me? Do you think I don't know you had to change school because of me? I know everything. I don't want this. Rain, we are not suffering because of you. We want you to be with us. Na-FN, don't bullshit me. We all know I'm going to die. I can feel it. And you can see it. Even the reports say I don't have much time. Rain tried to hold her hand. We can test again. We will look for another doctor. Na-FN removed his hand in anger. I am in pain. I am suffering. Not because of this damn cancer. Because of you guys. Rain, Raindrop. His nickname for her. Na-FN, seeing you all suffering is making me suffer. Seeing we're losing everything is giving me pain. I'm dying, but seeing you all, I wish I had died long ago. Rain, with anger, Na-FN. You want to die? Then just die then and end this suffering. You think we're wrong for wanting you to be with us? Then we are. He said and left the room. Na-FN sat alone in the room for a long time, looking at nothing. She said in a low voice that no one could hear, I know. But I'm dying, and I don't want to die in this hospital room alone, seeing you all lose everything. All I want is to live how we used to live. I want to spend my last days with my family. Have a happy last moment. Am I wrong? Unfortunately, there was no one there to answer her questions. She lay down in her bed and, for some reason, remembered a conversation with her old friend who always complained about being a middle child. Because her older sister already had all her parents' love, and the youngest brother was stealing all her parents' love, as a middle child, she felt ignored and unwanted. Thinking about that, there was no difference in society either. If you're rich, you can afford everything. If you're poor, there are many people and organizations to help you. But if you belong to the middle class, you can't afford expensive things, nor can you demand help from others. That makes you ignored and bound to suffer, like her and her family.